In the Brown family, who really held the power? Arguably, the power dynamic of the Browns isn't as clear-cut as the new wife Robyn held all the power. Let's explore the actual power position each party held within the family and why it eventually became unsustainable.
You're gonna learn today.
Kody. He was the designated leader. The wives were the spokes and Kody was the hub. Kody's power was voluntarily coercive. The ladies gave Kody authority because of their desire to have his attention, affection, presence, time, and favor. As a result, Kody could push his will by simply threatening or actually denying the wives or their kids any or all of these things.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Robyn, the new wife who had Kody's favor. Robyn's power was rooted in her influence over Kody. This is why I have said and stand on the notion that Robyn in and of herself was powerless in the Brown family. She was able to accomplish as much as she did in the family because she had influence over Kody and he had influence over everyone else. Robyn was playing prison rule polygamy.
Get in there, take down the leader, and the gang is yours.
Of the OG3, we have Meri. Not only the first wife and technically the co-founder of the Brown family, while she was married, Meri had legitimate power over Kody and the family. Due to Kody's hubris and the inherent notion of patriarchy ingrained in polygamy, the men's strength became Kody's weakness. Kody demanded that everyone contribute to the family fund. Furthermore, his name must appear on all financial accounts, deeds, assets, etc.
What did he say?
Because he's the husband and the father,
AKA Papa Promises, AKA Deadbeat Daddy, AKA Cold Sore Consort.
Because Meri was the legal wife, she could cripple the family financially simply by leaving and filing for divorce.
Emotional damage.
I think this was a major consideration for why Kody and Robyn pressed Meri for divorce. It wasn't just about Kody's obsessive love for Robyn. This was a consolidation of power. The second wife, Janelle, her role in the family diminished over time. In the beginning, Janelle was a major financial force within the family. 12 kids, 4 adults is a lot of mouths to feed, clothe, and house. In ordinary families, assistance is essential. Now, I understand being a housewife, aka domestic engineer, is work. That is clearly work. I agree this role has its own challenges and is often overlooked or looked down upon. For these individuals, the importance of their role is constantly in flux. When everyone is being polite or in need, oh, these people are valuable. When the direct need expires or ends, i.e. the kids get older and require less supervision, no further grace is given, and their contributions are diminished. Why do I say this? You know what contribution nobody diminishes? Cold hard cash. That's right. Cash is king. What did you say, Tulsa King?
Cash is king. You ever hear that expression? It's a great expression.
Of course, as the family's time on the show increased, Janelle's financial contribution was met by the other adults, which decreased her influence within the family. In essence, because of the family's financial success, Janelle's presence to Kody went from a must-have to a like-to-have or acceptable when convenient.
Come on, man.
Last but certainly not least, the third wife, Christine. Although like all adults, Christine worked and made financial contributions to the family, her primary responsibility was that of the caretaker. Christine was the keeper of the children, or as I mentioned earlier, she was the Brown family's domestic engineer. Her role was vital in the early years of the family for the sheer fact that they had so many kids, and that caretaking daycare bill would have been outrageous. Even Kody, on several occasions, referred to his brood as an entire army, seizing a place and taking over places. Ironically, as important as her job was, you couldn't put her contribution on a spreadsheet and total it out. If the Brown family were a business, Kody and Janelle's contributions would be tangible. You could say they made this much money, they contributed this amount, this is the bills they paid, etc., etc., etc. Christine, her contributions would be intangible. Without balance, you'll be broke in no time. If you can't balance the tangible and intangible contributions, you'll be out of business in no time. As the family's financial wealth increased, Kody lost focus on the intangible contribution Christine made. And as a result, he lost his business, aka the Brown family brewed business. They went into bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy!
Through all his chest pounding and declaration of being the patriarch, Kody forgot the one simple rule every small time wannabe tyrant, dictator, and despot knows. Don't piss off the person who is in charge of the army.
But I control the banks and all the assets.
But she has the hearts, minds, imagination, and love of the people.
Hogwash. Let them eat cake.
Cool. Enjoy those lonely ass holidays with that tired, dry ass turkey.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
What does this all mean? Power as a rule is relational because power is based in relationships. When you put this all in a bag, shake it up, what falls out? For me, the easiest way to categorize the Brown family power dynamic is by first breaking it up into basically two buckets, pre and then post show. Prior to the show, the adults were bound by necessity. They were too many people, too many kids, too many expenses, and not enough resources. They were in straight survival mode. As such, things tend to become automated. You do things not out of sense of duty or love. You do them because this is what has to happen to keep the machine going. They didn't have the luxury of focusing on individual hopes and dreams. They were cogs in a machine, and the machines don't dream. They weren't just bound to the family because they were apart. The family itself became their tether. In this period, they were in desperate financial straits. What's the old saying? One step ahead of the bill collector, two steps ahead of the law.
Welcome to Brownsville.
In the second bucket, we have the post-show experience. Sister Wives wasn't just a TV show. It was an opportunity. Clearly, it brought financial freedom. There was also another force which emerged at the same time. Enter Robyn,
AKA She-Ra, AKA Crybrows, AKA the Grinch who stole other people's husbands.
Okay, I'm the only one who calls her that, granted, but it is what it is. Robyn's presence was a correlation, not a causation, as to why the Brown family fell apart. Although I believe her presence was a major factor, I don't think she bears the brunt of blame of the dissolution of the Browns. The newfound family wealth granted each of the existing adults the ability to see themselves as individuals. It is my belief that Kody saw the OG3 as an obstacle to his happiness. That's not a Robyn thing. That's a Kody thing. I do believe, with her own self-interest in mind, she helped to facilitate and cultivate Kody's feelings of superiority and individualism, but I don't think that she should solely be blamed for the downfall of the family, because most of that rests on the shoulders of Kody, because that's his decision that led the way for them to find that road of destruction. Where are we now? After years of being on the show, Kody attempted to seize all family resources. I think this was done in ignorance, thinking that the OG3 and Robyn would submit to his will. Like a child in their terrible twos, he thought he could throw a temper tantrum and everyone would give in to everything that he wants. He took those relationships for granted, and as a result, he lost his Banana Republic fiefdom. Emphasis on dumb.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So, was Robyn the puppet master of the Brown family, or Was she just holding the strings Kody handed her? Arguably, the power dynamics of the Browns were never as clear-cut as Robyn runs the show. What we saw was a complex web of relational power, where proximity, affection, influence, and yes, even cold hard cash determined who held sway. Kody may have been the self-proclaimed leader, but his authority was always relational, given to him in exchange for love, presence, and attention. Robyn's power, borrowed. Not from the wives, but from Kody, who was too busy chasing a dream to see his empire crumbling under his nose. In my estimation, each wife held power in her own way. Meri with legal leverage, Janelle with financial force, Christine with the emotional and cultural capital. But once survival mode ended and dreams became possible, the glue holding the family together started to melt. And here's the kicker. Robyn didn't break the Browns, Kody did. Robyn just benefited from the fallout. The wealth, the fame, the freedom, it gave everyone the chance to choose themselves. Kody chose Robyn, and the others chose peace.
Winning.
Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. Who actually held the power in the Brown family and why? Want your voice heard? Leave a 90-second voice message at speakpipe.com/my take on reality, link down below, and you might hear yourself featured on an upcoming Thursday Night Live, or drop in on Sunday night in the My Take call-in show. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications so you never miss a reality deep dive. Until next time, remember, power isn't always about who's talking the loudest. It's about who people are still listening to when the noise dies down.
I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
That's my take. I'm James. This has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any